So there is this event going on right now. I already have VORTEX, obviously, but I am told that this event has flat rates, meaning that you have the same chance of getting VORTEX as you have of getting this 10,000 credits, which is huge. Like, this pretty much never happens. If mecharena officials watching this video, which they pretty often do, then very good job on this event. I think it's fantastic. Obviously, not everyone's going to be able to get it still, but the average player will get this legendary mech with 6,000 A-coins, which is fantastic. I already made a post talking about whether or not you should spin it, but I will just say, if you don't have a lot of A-coins, maybe you only have like 5,000 or you're saving up for Surge or something like that, then I would recommend only spinning like maybe 5 times at most, just to see if you get lucky. On top of that, the A-coin giveaway that's going on right now, I'm trying to see if I can get them to send those rewards before this event ends so that people can possibly spend the A-coins on this event, which I'm sure a lot of people would be, very interested in doing. Whether or not that happens, I don't know. They haven't gotten back to me yet. So, yeah, if you haven't participated in this giveaway, then make sure that you do it, like, ASAP. So for this video, obviously, a lot of people are gonna have VORTEX now, and they're gonna want to know what to do with it. Now, everybody knows that Stormrack and Revoker are, like, broken as hell, and so I'm not even gonna talk about those. I don't even want to mention them. What I want to do today is talk about the top 5 free-to-play weapons for VORTEX. So at number 5 we have Cryo Launcher, which is actually kind of surprising. I didn't think it was going to make it into the top 5 because to me it's a pretty bad weapon. However, it was doing pretty good, significantly better than Disruptor against mods. The number of projectiles it has does kind of help to take down multi-layered shields specifically, but also you can get, if you can get close to someone with the speed boost of VORTEX, the stasis is actually kind of useful. Now, I've built this one specifically to not have the range implant because I think that VORTEX is one of the mechs that isn't going to use Cryonade in the traditional sense of that it, like, stays back and lobs it over cover. You're going to be a little bit more aggressive with it. Alright, so I'm going to try to get in the center area. Possibly getting up on top, although using nades from the top is pretty difficult. It doesn't work super well, so I might not do that as well. I want to stay away from this guy before his shield's gone. Okay. Now I can kind of just hang behind this bastion as soon as he's popped. That'll help me. Oh, this isn't good. I'm gonna get back here. Gravitons, of course, will cut through your damage resistance. Just the main perk of VORTEX. Essentially, when you use your ability, you have double the speed and effectively double the HP for a time. The Graviton Beam Implosion will completely bypass that double HP. And, I mean, I have a Galvanic Hole, but it's not going to last that long. So what I want to do, if possible, is kind of wait for him to... Ouch. What is this? Oh no. Alright, let me back up. This is... I would have said it was fine, but I don't think it is fine. Although... Hold on, yeah, there we go, we can get him still. Alright, this guy. Get back here. Flying over cover, really nice. Now, it's pretty obvious, if cryonades are good on something, then you could probably guess that nades are going to be even better. So, if you're guessing that nade launcher is going to be another one of the top 5, then you'd be absolutely correct. I'm not going to tell you where, but, it's just the way that it is. But still, Cryo Launcher is not classically very good. I would consider it pretty bad, actually, but it does surprisingly well on Vortex. Could just because Vortex is really good, but nice. Yeah, I can't fire through this window. Oh, come on. That's not fair. Huh. Yeah, using nades from the top it's kind of difficult, but anything that gets inside is going to have a hell of a time trying to kill me. Do that, I could do that, I could do that. Some good damage. He'll probably die to the other bot. Maybe not. No, I can get him. And then there's this dude back here. If I survive the entire match, that'd actually be kind of wild. There we go. Using the radius. The radius also deals like a bit of damage. Pretty decent damage too. So getting inside that radius is nice. So yeah, Cryo Launcher's pretty good. The burst and stasis do, you know, they do pair together pretty nicely with Vortex. If I would focus on any implants, it would be damage and then radius. Alright, so number 4 we have Missile Rack. Basically a budget version of Storm Rack, but you know, the budget is so bad that it doesn't even make it to the top 3. Pretty bad radius, pretty bad reload time. I even have the radius implant upgraded. You know, a lot of you probably won't have that. So at that point, I don't know, you could fill it with like maybe ability damage. Just, you know, if you end up rushing somebody, it's nice to have that extra amount of damage to be able to get them with it. But ideally, Missile Rack does best with the radius, of course. Alright, not a terrible map for this weapon, honestly. The benefit that Missile Rack has over... oh, crap. Over Cryo Launcher, of course, is that it has better effective range as well as better, like, burst firepower. It has lower sustained damage, but it can do the damage faster than Cryo Launcher. Which is nice, obviously. This guy keeps freaking smacking me. But I'm gonna let him break me now. And then finish him off. From the side here, I can pretty much just watch over the center area. But I think I'm gonna move up. Freaking, that's another hemlock, bro. I'm not. Freaking traumatized. Let me get this guy before he smacks me. I mean, this guy's got close quarters weapons, but I can tank it. Alright, so I can just rush this dude. He's fine. Especially against enemies without, you know, very strong mods. Missile Rack does well. But, yeah, mostly it suffers against mods. Even still, it doesn't suffer that much. It just suffers a bit. Onic went somewhere. There he is. I think that's the same one. Bruh, he's almost dead. It's kind of annoying. I wanted to kill him. I didn't get him at that, though. This guy... he's got a blockade multi-layer, which... like, is gonna be really annoying for me to deal with. So I'm kind of just gonna ignore him, I think. Unless I can't. Which might be the case. I can get him from there. He's still underneath me. Okay. That's a freaking hemlock over there. He's gonna try to get me, bro. I don't want it. Yeah, if I pop out, then he's gonna put his shield up. It's a problem. My galvanic hull is still full HP. Probably it's bugged again. For those who don't know, the galvanic hull seems to, specifically on Vortex, not work properly all of the time. It's only sometimes. It's like maybe 40% of the time. It like bugs out and it doesn't actually protect you from the damage it should be protecting you from. So probably worth waiting to get galvanic hull. If you're thinking of getting it, probably worth getting on something else first, or getting something that's just a completely different mod entirely. I mean, obviously, besides the shield one, Hardened Hull is fantastic. because that adds to your HP, which then gets doubled while you're using your ability. So it's pretty good value. Alright, so in the number 3 spot, we have Ember Gun, which is really, really good in like close quarter situations, obviously, but then it also suffers a lot in other situations. So it's a bit more situational. If you play 2v2, then this is a much better pick for you. 2v2 or free-for-all, I should say. Obviously, I would go with damage and range for the weapon. Cooldown and duration kind of depends. If you have damage, that's also good, because once again, you get close to them, deal really good damage with your weapon, but then also deal even more damage with your ability. So that's not too bad. Alright, pretty decent map. Not the best. Hoping I can get to their home beacon area and basically just kind of put a lot of pressure on that. There's freaking hemlocks and podgun onyxes everywhere, though. That's the problem. Which is making it very difficult for me to do things. Yeah, look at the 3 hemlocks! What is that? I mean, obviously it's 3 hemlocks, but like, bro, this should be illegal. So we kill that guy. Alright, yeah, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Uses this cover. Bro, there's no shot that nobody's able to kill that guy. Okay, thank you. My bots are special. Very, very special. Alright, I'm gonna make my way back over here. My shield's gone, but that's alright. If I get EMP'd, I would much rather it be while I'm in cover. There we go. Don't need to waste my ability, I don't think. There we are. Now I can push this guy. This build dies a lot faster than other builds do, obviously, because it's close quarter, but... yeah. And it's also a lot more hit or miss. All the, you know, the Cryonade, Missile Rack ones, I got that in one go. Pretty good matches. First try. This one, a lot more hit or miss. It's taken me multiple matches to try to get a decent map. This guy might kill me, honestly, which would be very sad, because like that's a disc launcher. That would be sad. Oh, I'm freaking almost dead. Oh, that's, yeah. Very sad. 7 kills though, 2.5 million damage, not too bad. So yeah, even though this build is a lot more hit or miss, it's pretty useless on some maps and against some enemies, but it also has more potential. You know, I could get 7 kills pretty easily in a fairly short period of time, just by using this build when the enemies are all like clustered together. And it works really well, not something that you could do with Cryo or Missile Rack. Okay, coming in at number 2 is Nade Launcher. Very solid. I mean, yeah, Cryo Nades were number 5. Nade Launcher is, of course, better than Cryo Launcher in basically every regard. But, yeah, number 2, very strong weapon, honestly. You could probably get rid of the range implant and go for damage or duration. I'm going to leave it on there just because I like having the range on this weapon specifically. But yeah, most of what you're looking for is just the damage and the radius. I have a freaking army of Podgun Onyxes. Okay. Alright, so this map is not fantastic for this weapon, because center area is all freaking ceilinged off. Their home beacons are pretty ceilinged off. It's not a lot of open area. Not a lot of places where the nades really shine, but it's fine. He's gonna get me a little bit with that, but that's whatever. Really kill him. Yeah. This guy, I think I can, yeah. Alright. I don't want to get too greedy, but I could definitely kill him. Okay. I have a shield still, so I'm okay shooting him. Oh, what? Okay. Just kill this. He just will not die. Alright, stop. Most of my shield's gone, but there is a little bit left. And I think with it, I can rush this guy and kill him. Yep, basically just run him over. That guy I can get. This guy doesn't have the range to kill me, I don't think. I can get him as well. They're going to that side of the map. So what I might try to do is get up here and fire like that to try to get him. I almost did. Got made a lot of damage. That might kill him. Because I'm not really sure what's behind me. This guy's dead. I can get him easy. The Onyx fell down. I don't know where he went. But I'm gonna go grab the beacon. Is he going up one of these ramps? No. He might still be underneath here. This guy's approaching, so I want to fire this a little preemptively. So he's in range by the time. Well, this is annoying. Because it's hard to corner shoot these things. I see the... he's just dead. What are you doing, pal? That was so sad. It looks like he just gave up on life, bro. He was having none of it. It's like, I don't want to go into work today. Work for him involves a lot of dying, I'm sure, so it's probably... that's kind of fair. Alright, get close to... okay, there we go. This guy's dazed, so I can get him, possibly kill him. Yes, barely. The nades really do... oh, so close. I almost got him. So yeah, nades work pretty well. It's basically a budget storm rack with, you know, some pros, some cons. You're able to shoot over cover, which is obviously nice, but, you know, when push comes to shove, your damage output is not as high as it would be with storm rack. But that brings us to the #1 spot, best free-to-play weapon for VORTEX, and that is minigun. Minigun is, this build is incredibly undervalued. I don't see very many people using it, but it's so strong. The thing with VORTEX though is that it has a very slow turning speed just normally. So when you pair it with minigun, it's even slower. So what you want to do is make sure that you're not trying to like get too close to enemies, especially enemies that are fast. Knowing who you can and cannot push with this build is very good. But, you know, most of your movement should be side to side, front to back, not so much turning. You do want to kind of keep your distance and keep yourself in positions where you're not going to have to turn very quickly. So, like, I mean, as an example, it would be a pretty bad decision to put this in the middle of the smokestacks map, which is where I had, like, a cryo launcher, right? And, you know, I did pretty well with that there. Trying to, you know, keep your head on a swivel and make sure that you're watching all the entry points. Much harder with minigun, so that's probably not what you'd want to do. You probably want to push the right side of smokestacks because it's a much more linear path in terms of where the enemies are. In terms of implants, you could go with cooldown, you could go with duration. I'm going to put cooldown on here, but it doesn't really matter. All of the minigun implants are incredibly valuable, so obviously use those if you can. Alright, this should be a pretty good map for this, because I can keep my distance pretty well. And don't really need to worry too much about stuff coming at me from multiple angles. This guy I can get from here. I need to watch, yeah, this dude. And he was coming. My ability pretty soon. Get him there, get this guy in here. Oh, his shield's pretty hench. I'm actually gonna reload before anything major happens. I had like a quarter of my magazine left, but yeah, before I'm able to rush too much. I need to make sure I have a pretty large amount. You can go a little bit side to side, like you saw, but yeah, it ends up being... You can't turn that much. So it's not something you want to do a ton. Ow. Ah, two of these guys are like extremely close to death. Alright, I'm going to reload, because I don't really see a reason not to. I'll be fine, this guy won't get me before I'm done. I have both my ability and my weapons back in time. I can only hope that my galvanic kicks in. There we go. This guy, of course. What does this do? Oh, he doesn't have the range for me. He doesn't have the range for me at all. There we go. Yeah, they don't even have their home beacon at the moment. We'll build in a second, then he's going to come out. Oh, okay, he's EMP'd, he's EMP'd. I can get him from here, I think. No, I didn't get him. Oh well. I'm going to reload, though. This guy is going to get pretty close to me. May or may not cause problems. In fact, I'm going to back up. Yeah, I kind of saw that going. Hey, there we go. Wow. That match ended quickly. 9 kills, 1 beacon. Could have kept going, but we got the beacons too much. So yeah, those are the top 5 free-to-play weapons for Vortex. Good luck to everybody who's gonna, try to participate in this event. I know a lot of you probably aren't going to be able to spin all 20 times, so you're not going to be able to guarantee it. In which case, just make sure you don't waste too many acorns on it. But otherwise, yeah, hope this video helped. Appreciate y'all. Take care.